Hey there, welcome to the deep dive. So glad you could join us. Grab your favorite mug, maybe settle in because we've got a whole lot of fascinating stuff to chew on today in the world of AI. Seriously, you sent us a fantastic stack of sources, articles, research, even your own notes. And our mission today is pretty simple, really. We're going to dive in, unpack it all, and, help you find those aha moments, get you really well informed without feeling like you've just read a textbook. Think of this like our casual coffee chat, maybe, supercharged with some seriously cool insights.
Yeah, it really has been quite a week. I mean, wow. From some surprising, maybe wobbles is the word, at the very top of the AI world to genuinely futuristic medical breakthroughs.
Yeah.
Stuff that sounds straight out of a movie. Plus, yeah, there's been a crazy amount of money changing hands. It's kind of dizzying. And even if you just casually follow tech news, I think you're definitely going to nod along and say, oh, okay, that totally makes sense by the end of this. We've really got a lot of ground to cover, so.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just jump right into the big headlines. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it. And speaking of big headlines, we simply have to kick things off with the drama over at OpenAI. Their new GPT-5 model had, well, quite the bumpy debut this past week, didn't it? Talk about a splashy entrance, but maybe not quite in the way they hoped. Our sources mentioned technical glitches right out of the gate. Something about a faulty dynamic model switcher. Sounds like a mouthful. But the big takeaway seemed to be that users were pretty upset, like really upset about losing that special emotional intelligence from the older GPT-4o. Remember how people absolutely loved that one? Felt like it really got you, Yeah.
Oh, they certainly did connect with GPT-4o. Deeply. It's a classic case, isn't it? A highly anticipated product facing a bit of a rough landing. Like when a new app rolls out an update and suddenly it just feels wrong. That dynamic model switcher you mentioned, that's actually GPT-5's core innovation, or supposed to be. Imagine it like a smart traffic controller inside the AI, okay? It's designed to automatically pick between a super fast, lightweight model for simple requests, and then switch to a more powerful, reasoning-focused model when your question gets really complicated. The goal is efficiency, right? Super efficient. But you absolutely hit on the key point. Users immediately noticed a decline, a big one, in that perceived emotional intelligence or nuance they'd grown to appreciate with GPT-4o. And this really highlights how much people now connect with these AI models on a sort of personal level, almost relational, not just as a tool. It's a fascinating insight into our expectations, really.
That's wild, right? People are genuinely attached to the personality of these AIs, like a favorite coworker or something. So what did they do to fix it? I heard there was an emergency Q&A with Sam Altman himself, like a CEO town hall.
Yes, exactly. Sam Altman held an emergency Ask Me Anything session, an AMA, and he seemed to know exactly what the core issue was, which helps. He immediately acknowledged the problem's always a good start, and quickly announced plans to restore GPT-4 for their Plus users.
Ah, okay. Good move.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal for those who felt like they'd lost a favored companion, if you will. They're also increasing the rate limits for how much you can use the AI. And get this, they're introducing a future thinking mode, specifically for those really complex tasks.
The thinking mode.
Yeah, this thinking mode really speaks to their core design philosophy for GPT-5. It uses that internal writer we talked about to select between these fast and reasoning models based on how complicated your input is. It's about giving the AI more time to truly deliberate, like we might when faced with a tricky problem.
A thinking mode. Huh. That's neat. It's like the AI is going to take a moment to really mull things over for you instead of just, blurting out the first answer. And what about the safety side of things? The sources mentioned something about safe completions replacing hard refusals. What does that even mean in plain English for someone just chatting with their AI?
Right. It's actually a pretty significant shift in how they train these models, specifically how they handle sensitive or potentially tricky questions. Historically, if an AI encountered a risky query, say, asking how to make something dangerous, it would often just give a hard refusal.
Like a brick wall.
Exactly, like a digital brick wall saying, sorry, I can't help you with that.
Mm.
But with safe completions, GPT-5 is fine-tuned to instead provide a helpful and safe output, even if the original prompt was a bit questionable. It's about guiding the AI towards constructive responses rather than just shutting down completely. This is especially important in what they call dual-use scenarios, which means a prompt could seem innocent, but potentially be used for good or bad purposes. It's a tricky balance, right? Making the AI helpful while still being incredibly responsible. They're really trying to build trust here.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So instead of just a blunt no, it tries to steer the conversation, like a polite redirect. More helpful. Okay, let's pivot a bit from the tech itself. Let's talk about the money changing hands because, wow, it's been a wild week on the business front for AI. You won't believe some of these numbers, just astronomical.
Oh, capital flows are certainly eye-popping. It really is like a gold rush out there. First up, we have Leopold Aschenbrenner. Remember him? Former researcher from OpenAI. He managed to raise a staggering $1.5 billion for his new AI-focused hedge fund. It's called Situational Awareness.
1.5 billion.
Billion. And get this, he did it despite having absolutely no prior investment experience. None.
You're kidding.
Nope. This isn't just about a good idea. It tells us something profound about the market right now. The backing came from some really big names, too. Founders of Stripe, Nat Friedman, Daniel Gross, heavy hitters. This signals that in the AI space, some top-tier investors are now prioritizing deep, specialized AI expertise, maybe even over a traditional finance pedigree. They're betting on the visionary,
Yeah.
the person who truly understands where AI is headed.
That's just crazy, right? $1.5 billion with no investment background. Talk about making a splash. That's almost unbelievable. And apparently his fund actually delivered like a 47% return in the first half of 2025, which absolutely crounces the S&P 500. So, okay, he's clearly onto something. It's not just hype.
Indeed. It's certainly impressive performance right out of the gate. But that's not the only big money move that raised eyebrows this week, not by a long shot. SoftBank, the massive Japanese conglomerate, they just acquired Foxconn's old EV plant in Ohio.
Wait, an electric vehicle plant
Yeah.
for AI?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a total plot twist, like completely different industries. What's the connection there?
It does sound like a twist, doesn't it? But they plan to develop their enormous Stargate data center project there.
Stargate. Okay.
This isn't just any data center. It's being pitched as a massive private sector initiative, potentially up to $500 billion,
Ooh.
aimed at building essential AI infrastructure right here in the U.S. And it could create over 100,000 jobs. It really speaks to the incredible, almost insatiable demand for computational power that these advanced AI models require. Think of it. All those billions are going towards the fundamental building blocks, the brains and nervous systems AI needs to operate.
Whoa, $500 billion and 100,000 jobs. Okay, that's a serious commitment, a huge vote of confidence. Clearly, they're betting big on the need for more and more powerful AI infrastructure, the digital backbone for everything, basically. But honestly, nothing could have prepared me for the next headline. Perplexity AI trying to buy Google Chrome. I literally had to read that one twice. Like, what?
That one definitely turned some heads. Yeah, quite the bombshell. Perplexity, the AI startup focused on answering questions, right? They reportedly made an unsolicited $34.5 billion all-cash offer for Google Chrome.
$34.5 billion.
All cash for the browser. And they even pitched it as a clever solution to Google's ongoing antitrust battles, which, that's a pretty bold strategic move right there.
$34.5 billion. That's nearly double Perplexity's own valuation, which is around $18 billion, right? And it comes right after they launched their own AI-first browser, Comet. It's like they're saying, okay, we'll build our own, or maybe we'll just buy yours if it helps everyone out. What a power play. Seriously, feels like something out of a business thriller.
It absolutely does. This move, regardless of whether it actually succeeds or not, it shows just how aggressively some of these AI startups are thinking. They're not just building new products to fit into the existing tech landscape. No, they're trying to fundamentally reshape the entire internet, how we interact with information. It's a direct challenge to the established giants. Really audacious.
Absolutely fascinating stuff. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's move from boardrooms and billions to breakthroughs in science and research, because this is where AI really starts to sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. For real. We're talking AI doctors and entirely new antibiotics. This is the stuff that actually changes lives.
This is truly where things get exciting, and feel really meaningful. First up, Google and NASA are teaming up. They're developing an AI doctor for astronauts. It's called the Crew Medical Officer Digital Assistant, or CMODA for short. Easier to say.
CMODA. Got it.
It's built on Vertex AI, Google's cloud platform, and uses powerful models like Llama 3, which is from Meta, actually. And this AI is designed to support astronaut healthcare during deep space missions. Just imagine being millions of miles from Earth, right? A simple phone call isn't an option. And having an AI assistant right there to help with diagnostics, medical advice, it's about empowering individuals to handle complex medical situations when traditional help is just completely out of reach.
That's incredible to think about, just mind-blowing. And the sources say it's already shown high accuracy in early diagnostics with the potential to boost remote healthcare here on Earth, too.
Yeah.
So what starts in space, solving these really extreme problems, could end up helping all of us, in rural areas or places with limited access to doctors. That's a truly meaningful application, isn't it?
Exactly. It's a perfect example of that trickle-down effect.
Mm.
And speaking of groundbreaking medical uses, MIT researchers have used generative AI to design two novel antibiotics, NG1 and DN1.
New antibiotics, that's huge.
It is huge.
Yeah.
These aren't just any antibiotics. They're capable of killing drug-resistant gonorrhea and MRSA, those nasty superbugs that our current medicines really struggle with.
Yeah.
And they've shown success both in lab tests and in infected mice already. This could genuinely herald a second golden age of antibiotic discovery, which is absolutely massive given the growing global superbug crisis. It's not just finding new drugs, it's about fundamentally changing the process of drug discovery, allowing us to quickly explore this vast chemical space and identify compounds that were previously, unimaginable or just too resource-intensive to find.
A second golden age of antibiotics.
Ah,
Wow, that's truly a game changer. Our current supply is really struggling against these superbugs. It feels like we're always playing catch up, doesn't it? And there's more exciting drug design news too, isn't there, from KAIST researchers?
yes, that's right. Professor Woo Yun Kim and his team at KAIST developed an AI diffusion model called BIND. That stands for Bond and Interaction Generating Diffusion Model, BIND.
Okay, bind.
Now, if you think of generative AI, like those models that create stunning realistic images from text prompts, BIND applies that same cutting-edge approach, but to molecules, designing molecules.
Mm.
What's truly innovative about BEATI is that it designs optimal cancer drug candidates based solely on protein structure. It actually generates completely new molecules and simultaneously predicts how they'll bind to a target, all in one seamless step.
All at once.
All at once. This significantly advances multi-objective drug design. It makes the process much faster, much more precise, and frankly, a lot more hopeful for future treatments.
That's amazing. Designing drugs from scratch using AI. It sounds like it could drastically speed up finding cures for some of our toughest diseases. It's such a powerful tool. And then there's Meta's AI that can predict brain responses to videos. My mind is truly blown by that one. How do they even do that without a single brain scan? It sounds impossible.
It does sound wild, doesn't it? MetaFair, that's Meta's AI research division, introduced TRIBE. TRIBE stands for Trimodal Brain Encoder. It's a massive 1 billion parameter neural network, meaning it has a billion connections, right? Allowing it to process incredible amounts of information. The magic is, it predicts how human brains respond to movies by analyzing the video, the audio, and even the text within the movie, all without needing actual fMRI scans or EEG readings of the viewer.
No way.
Yeah. It won the Algonaut's 2025 brain modeling competition, outperformed other models by about 30%, which is huge, and it can accurately predict activity across over 1,000 brain regions.
1,000 regions?
1,000. This is a huge step forward in understanding how our brains process complex sensory information. It opens doors for everything from personalized education to truly innovative mental health diagnostics down the line.
Wow, predicting brain activity without hooking someone up to a machine. That's just wild stuff. And so much less invasive. Okay, let's switch gears again slightly. Let's talk about some new AI tools and gadgets that are heading our way. What's been released or announced that, we might actually get our hands on soon, or at least see in action?
Well, XAI, Elon Musk's AI company.
Yeah.
They've made their Grok 4 model free to all users worldwide, for a limited time anyway.
Grok 4 is free.
For now.
Yeah.
It's a pretty direct response to GPT-5's release, seems like, a clear play for market share.
Right.
And on top of that, their Imagine feature, the one that converts text prompts into images or videos, that's also now free for Android users. So yeah, it's a very aggressive move, trying to get people to try out their AI and see what it can do.
Grok 4 going free, and the Imagine feature, too.
It's
Okay, that's definitely a bold strategy, get people hooked. Speaking of Grok, though, it seems to have had a bit of a tough time in the chess world this week, didn't it? I heard about a little digital defeat.
That's right, yeah. There was a Kaggle-hosted AI chess tournament, and OpenAI's O3 model just swept XAI's Grok 4. A flawless 4-0 performance.
Ouch, 4-0.
Yep. And what's truly remarkable, or maybe telling, is that O3 showed markedly superior strategic reasoning. even though it wasn't specifically trained as a chess engine.
It wasn't even built for chess.
Nope. It just highlights the raw, general-purpose power of these foundational models. It's like seeing a brilliant generalist beat a specialist at their own game. Pretty impressive.
So it wasn't even designed for chess, and it still crushed it.
Okay.
That is impressive. Shows how adaptable these AIs can be. What else is brewing on the product side? I heard Microsoft is doing something cool with 3D models.
Yes, Microsoft unveiled Copilot 3D. It's an experimental AI tool within Copilot Labs. And what it does is convert flat 2D images into fully rendered 3D models.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Imagine taking a picture of something, maybe on your phone, and with a click, turning it into a 3D object you can rotate and explore on screen.
Yeah.
This is obviously ideal for things like augmented reality, virtual reality, gaming, any creative uses, really. Allows for super rapid prototyping and visualization. It's currently available to a limited user base, but yeah, it could be a total game changer for digital content creation.
Converting a flat picture into a 3D model? Wow, that's a game changer for so many creative fields, especially for like small businesses or artists who can't afford expensive 3D artists or software. That's really cool. And Google has a new compact model, right? Something that could really change how we use AI on the go.
They do. Google introduced Gemma 3270M. It's a remarkably compact open source model, only 270 million parameters.
Tiny, relatively speaking.
Exactly. But it apparently excels at instruction following, making it very responsive. The really neat part, though, the big so what here, is that it's designed to run on smartphones, on web browsers, other lightweight hardware, and it consumes minimal power.
The power consumption is key.
Totally. For example, they said it uses only about 0.75% of a Pixel 9 Pro's battery for 25 chats.
Wow, that's nothing.
Right. This means AI could soon be running directly on your phone, providing instant help, smart features, without draining your battery in minutes or needing a constant internet connection. That's a huge step towards truly pervasive, always-on AI.
That is a huge step, making AI truly mobile and always available without, frying your battery. That's neat. And Apple, the quiet giant in all this, apparently plotting an AI comeback with home robots. That sounds kind of wild for Apple.
That's the buzz, yeah. And it's a fascinating strategic play if it pans out. Apple is reportedly developing 4 AI-powered smart home devices for launch in maybe 2026, 2027. This includes a desktop robot, yes, a robot for your desk or home.
A robot, like physically moving.
The reports suggest something like that, yeah. Also, a Clippy-like Siri named Bubbles.
Bubbles? Oh, no.
A new smart display and AI-enhanced security features. This suggests Apple is finally making its big move into the smart home, but with far more integrated and maybe even physical AI. A desktop robot in particular hints at an AI presence that goes beyond just voice commands and screens, potentially managing routines, providing companionship, maybe enhancing productivity in ways we've only seen in sci-fi. It's a bold signal of their belief that physical AI interaction might be the next frontier for user engagement.
A Clippy-like Siri named Bubbles. Oh boy, that takes me back. Let's hope Bubbles is a bit less intrusive than the original Clippy was. But a desktop robot for the home? That's quite a leap for Apple. It's like something straight out of the Jetsons or something. Okay, let's talk about the big players and the power shifts in the industry now. It sounds like there's been some major executive shuffling and even some geopolitical moves this week.
Absolutely. Big moves behind the scenes. Thomas Domke, the CEO of GitHub, that massive platform for developers, he announced he'll be stepping down at the end of 2025, wants to return to being a startup founder.
Going back to his roots.
Seems like it. At the same time, GitHub itself will become more deeply embedded within Microsoft's Core AI division. Its leadership will now report directly into Microsoft's AI infrastructure group. This really indicates Microsoft is centralizing its AI efforts even more, pulling everything under one umbrella to streamline development and, well, probably accelerate their AI dominance.
That's a big shift for GitHub, yeah. Bringing it even closer into the Microsoft fold, almost like a strategic absorption. And then there's this controversial deal involving the U.S. government, NVIDIA, and AMD. My jaw dropped when I read this one. It feels like a very delicate balancing act.
Oh, this is a complex one, and indeed controversial. The U.S. government struck a really unusual deal with NVIDIA and AMD, basically allowing them to resume AI chip exports to China. Specific types, presumably.
Resume exports. After all the restrictions.
Exactly. But here's the twist. In exchange, the government will receive 15% of the revenue from those sales.
15%.
Yeah.
Like a tax.
Sort of, yeah. This arrangement has certainly raised concerns, big ones, about potential legal and national security implications, because it walks this very fine line between economic interests letting these companies access a huge market and national security concerns about advanced tech falling into potentially adversarial hands. It's a really unique approach to managing that tension between global commerce and strategic control. Very unusual.
You can bet it has raised concerns. It's a very unique way to balance things, yeah. Almost like a strategic tax on technology transfer. And speaking of controversial, Elon Musk seems to be in the thick of it again, feuding with Apple and Sam Altman on X. It feels like a weekly occurrence sometimes.
That's right, it spilled out into public view again. Pretty spectacularly. Elon Musk publicly stated he plans to sue Apple. He alleges they suppress rivals, like his Grok, while pushing OpenAI apps on the App Store. The feud then quickly escalated on X, formerly Twitter, with Sam Altman firing back. Altman accused Musk of similar algorithmic favoritism within his own platforms, X itself. It became quite the public spat, really revealing the intense competitive friction between these tech giants and their leaders, especially around controlling distribution platforms and promoting their own AI models.
Just a good old-fashioned AI CEO, Twitter, X fight then. All very public and messy. But Musk also has his Neuralink, right? The brain-computer interface company. And it seems OpenAI is actually backing a competitor to that now. That's a new front in the rivalry, isn't it?
That's a key development, yes. It signals the rivalry isn't just about large language models anymore. It's expanding. OpenAI is reportedly preparing to lead a significant investment round in Merge Labs. Merge Labs is a brain-computer interface startup co-founded by Sam Altman himself, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Merge Labs is already valued at around $850 million. And this move clearly positions OpenAI as a direct competitor to Elon Musk's Neuralink. It's a strategic expansion of the AI battleground, moving from software into direct hardware integration with the human brain, which is just a truly mind-boggling area.
So the rivalry isn't just about what AI can think, but also about how it can directly interface with us. Wow, that's just nuts to think about. The implications are enormous. And with all these new companies and models sprouting up, there's obviously a massive talent war going on behind the scenes too, isn't there? Everyone wants the best and brightest mind.
Absolutely, it's fierce. Our sources indicate Microsoft has launched a really high-stakes recruitment push, specifically targeting Meta AI professionals. They're apparently offering multi-million-dollar compensation packages and really streamlined high-priority hiring pathways.
Multi-million-dollar packages, wow.
Yeah, this really shows you how valuable these AI researchers and engineers are. They're the intellectual capital driving this whole revolution. It's a battle for the very best minds in the field, and companies were willing to pay absolute top dollar to win.
Multi-million-dollar packages. That truly underscores how valuable these folks are. It's like a sports draft for geniuses or something. And NVIDIA is also looking to foster new talent, I see, not just hiring away established people.
Yes, NVIDIA, obviously a key player in AI hardware, has opened applications for its 2026-2027 Graduate Fellowship Program. They're offering up to $60,000 fellowships for PhD students doing cutting-edge research in AI, high-performance computing, robotics, healthcare, related fields. Applications are due by September 15th, I think. And selected fellows also get a summer internship at an NVIDIA research office. It's a fantastic way to encourage the next generation of AI innovators and build that critical pipeline of talent for the future.
That's a wonderful way to encourage the next generation, yeah. Making sure we keep pushing those boundaries. Okay, finally, let's touch on safety and reliability. Because as AI gets more powerful, more integrated into our lives, making sure it's robust and trustworthy is absolutely critical, isn't it? What's new on that front?
Well, MIT's LIDS Team Laboratory for Information and Decision Systems, they've made significant strides in boosting the robustness of text classifiers.
Okay, text classifiers, like sorting emails.
Exactly. AIs that categorize text. Sorting emails into spam, or not spam, flagging certain content, things like that. They developed open source tools called SP Attack and SP Defense. And these tools generate adversarial examples, which are basically clever, subtle ways to try and trick or confuse the AI, just to see if it could be fooled.
Ah, like trying to break it.
Kind of, yeah. They then use these examples to test and retrain text classifiers, making them much more accurate and resilient against these tricky inputs. Essentially, they're teaching the AI to not be fooled so easily, almost like building an immune system for algorithms.
So they're trying to trip up the AI on purpose to make it stronger and more reliable. That's incredibly clever, like stress testing a bridge before you open it. And the source mentions they're using large language models themselves to identify impactful words. And a new metric, PAI, to measure robustness.
Exactly right. By leveraging existing large language models, they can create far more sophisticated and nuanced tests than before. And their new metric helps actually quantify just how resilient a classifier truly is. Put a number on it. This has apparently significantly reduced misclassification rates in really sensitive applications. Think finance, where a wrong categorization could mean huge financial losses, or healthcare, where an error could be life-threatening. And of course, security applications too. This isn't just about making AI better technically. It's about building trust and ensuring these systems are absolutely reliable when it truly matters. Because let's face it, we're going to be depending on them more and more.
Wow, okay, what a week. It really feels like AI is just sprinting ahead, doesn't it? Just constant motion from the drama in the boardroom to life-changing science and even new gadgets headed our way. It's so clear AI isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's really shaping our daily lives big time. So, I mean, what does this all mean for us, really?
Well, what's fascinating here, I think, is how all these seemingly separate pieces,
Hmm.
the huge investments, the new models, the policy debates, even the talent wars, they're all interconnected. They're all pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But they're also raising really important questions about how we integrate all this into society responsibly. It's not just about the tech itself anymore. It's about what it means for you. Whether you're working, learning, or just, navigating the world day to day, AI is no longer just on the horizon. It's right here, right now,
Mm.
affecting things.
Absolutely. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, here's maybe something for you to chew on. With AI getting smarter, faster, and more integrated into everything from our phones to our healthcare, what's one area of your life where you hope AI makes a difference? Or maybe where you're a little wary of it stepping in? Imagine if this becomes a truly seamless daily part of our lives. From the moment we wake up to when we go to sleep, what's that future going to look like for you? Lots to think about. Thank you so much for letting us guide you through this fascinating week in AI. Keep that curiosity buzzing. And we'll catch you on the next deep dive.